Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to do a quick follow-up, part 2 of the saga with the Jamaican scammers. This is going to be an ongoing thing. I'm pretty sure this is going to turn into a series because it's a developing situation. I just want to jump on here real quick. This is not going to be a long video, but I just have to tell you, excuse me, my nose is itching. I just gotta come on here and tell you guys about the crazy thing that these crazy people did. Oh, it's just one crazy person right now. So if you look at the last video I made about the Jamaican scam artists, this includes the lottery scams, the lower your interest rate scams, etc., etc. They all culminate, operate together to steal your identity basically and wipe out your bank accounts. That's their goal, and they'll milk you till the cows come home. This can be an ongoing scam that can last for years until they bleed you dry. If you're dealing with someone that has diminished thinking capacity, and they socially engineer you to death, they basically usually assign a handler to your case. That's what I'm going to call it. So let me just start here. I read a court case where there was a gentleman who was a retired pilot who was in a similar situation. He was a retired pilot, so you got to say he came from a background of being pretty intelligent, right? But as you age, you might, have dementia, you might maybe develop Alzheimer's, or you may just have diminished thinking capacity as you age. This person was elderly, on retirement, on Social Security, and fell victim to this crime ring, or maybe not same exact crime ring, but this scam, Jamaican scams. And his handler was a female that went by the name of Diane, which we know that these names are not their real names, but his handler was Diane. So their job is to build a camaraderie with you, to build a trusting relationship with you, to become your friend, to become your guide, to become your trusted source of information and link to their operation, so that you always go to them for guidance, and they're the ones coercing you to take money out of your account or send them money or share information with them, and they kind of just lead you through the process. So when everything came down and his daughters found out that he was missing like $60,000 to $80,000 to this scam, and the police got involved and everything, his response was, well, Diane can't have anything to do with that because she's not like them. She's not like the scammers. She's my friend. I love her. So they always have a handler assigned, right? Well, in my family member's case, her handler is David Washington. So that's why every time I would ask her about this David Washington, she said, oh, he's my friend. Well, let me tell you, when I cut Mr. Washington, they like the name Washington, honey, because that's the president that's on the dollar bill, honey. That's where they got that name from. They probably got a Franklin up in there. They looked at a dollar bill and said, oh, yeah, I'm going to be a Washington. I'm guessing that's where that name came from, because they definitely not really David Washington. I digress, but I'm just imagining that's where they name. I'm surprised they didn't call themselves George Washington. This is George. My name George Washington. Yes, I do have to keep my sense of humor throughout all this craziness that just gets attached to my family. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. So David Washington, when I cut off his access to my family member, he was quite angry. Let me tell you what he did. Because this was so imaginative. Like this crime ring is just taking my mind to new heights, like things that I just never knew that they did, but I'm knowing now, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to find out more and more and more as time progresses. I still have a lot of investigating to do and digging into this case to find out how much damage has really been done. It's very time consuming. It's a time suck. You know, and there's so many spokes to this wheel and so many mazes you got to go through to figure out what, you know, so what's going on. It's not something you can, you just know right away. Like, it's like moles in your yard. They got holes everywhere. It's crazy. I digress. Let me tell you what Mr. Washington did when I had her phone number changed, and blocked him on my phone so he can't call me on my phone. He was so mad, which I knew he was going to be mad. He was so mad that he could not contact his money source anymore, that he called, first of all, sent a locksmith to her house. Now, mind you, he has all her financial information, including her address. Sent a locksmith to her house saying, you know, I was sent here, you know, for to change your locks, whatever. She was like, no, I didn't order a locksmith. And he was like, well, I have an order right here. And she was like, no. So she had to argue with the locksmith that she did not order a locksmith. She did not need the services of a locksmith. And he went on away with an attitude, went on about his merry way. But the next day, he sent a pizza delivery man. So the pizza delivery man came down in the middle of a blizzard. This man risked his life to bring my family member a pizza. And it was like negative 14 degrees wind chill factor. I can't talk. Wind chill factor. Not. And he had his phone, the pizza delivery man. So she answered the door, and he was like, you know, here's your pizza. She was like, I didn't order a pizza. And then David Washington was on the pizza delivery man's phone yelling at the pizza delivery man to give her the phone. So he starts demanding that my family member walk to the ATM in the blizzard in the 14 minus degree temperature to get money out of her account and pay the pizza delivery man, because he knew she had money left in her account, you see, because they were watching her accounts, which are frozen, by the way. But there was a teensy bit of money left in there, and he wanted her to use it to pay the pizza that he sent over there, just so he could have access to make demands upon her, because he couldn't reach her anymore. So yelling at the pizza delivery man, gets her on the phone, starts yelling at her, making demands for her to walk in the blizzard, in snow, feet and feet of snow, and negative temperatures to get $20 out of the ATM for a pizza she didn't ask for. And then he demanded that she pick up her phone and call him so he could have her new number. And she refused. So he got increasingly angry and threatened to show up at her house the next day. So he thought by threatening to show up in person to cause bodily harm, that would make her give him her new phone number. And being that, you know, she does not have all of her mental faculties present, I'm really surprised she didn't give in to that. I'm hoping she didn't give in to that. She says she didn't give in to that, but we will see. So she gave the phone back to the pizza delivery guy, and apparently he was yelling back at the pizza delivery guy some more because he wasn't getting what he wanted. He finally hung up on him, and then he told my family member, you know what, I don't blame you for not wanting to pay for this pizza. I know you didn't order it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, good, because this family member of mine doesn't have any money because I took it all. I took it. I didn't take it like to steal it. I'm basically guarding it so they can't give it to the criminal. Be forced, bullied into giving it to the criminal. So that's it. There you have it, folks. Then they attempted this morning to take a payment out of their checking account this morning to pay on one of their credit cards, which they just paid on their credit card 2 weeks ago. And it's for one of the magic amounts that they've been siphoning out of the account on a regular basis. So it's kind of like a signature, like, hey, I'm still poking at you. I'm still trying to get to you. Even though they weren't directly taking the money out, they were trying to go into the account, which was going to draw it negative, and they know, because they know how much is in there, and put it towards one of the credit cards, which they probably ran up, because they have all this person's financial information. So anyway, I have to go do an audit of all the credit cards now, and this is a nightmare. But I just thought, really, the account's frozen. But they tried it. Just to let them know, hey, I'm still here. I'm still here. Just messing with you every day. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen today. So, that's that. I just thought I'd share these bully tactics, these harassment tactics. Very imaginative, very creative. I never heard of a Jamaican lottery scammer trying to get to their victims through the pizza delivery guy before, but what they what they have been known to do, is use their victims to victimize each other and become implicit in the scheme. I've heard of them do that. So I guess the pizza delivery guy was just became another victim, in a sense, an unknowing victim, in a small way. So I'm waiting to see in the locksmith. I'm waiting to see who else shows up over there. This is insane. I just wanted you to know how insane this is. And it's a developing story. So we'll see who comes up next. Hopefully this person won't get violent, or, won't escalate. But I think it's just going to be a bunch of petty, crazy, weirdo stuff like that. Stay tuned. I'll be back with more, I'm sure, within the very near future. So until next time, guard your wallets, guard your bank account, and guard your family members. And have a great week.